Hey folks, it's Benita again, sharing my second wedding album for you. Both wedding albums are going to their recipients tomorrow, so I need to get this done and ready. This is once again a signature story wedding edition from Kathy Orta Paper Phenomenon. It has 6 pages on steroids. A lot of the FG, it comes with SVG files that you cut in your Cricut or cutting machine, and it's just phenomenal. So as I mentioned, the other one, when I start looking for paper now, paper pads, I normally end up getting 2 paper pads because when I work with Kathy Orta's products, I always need lots of paper and I never want to run out. I never want to have to choose something different than what I would because I'm running out of paper. So both the ones I used probably 1.5 of my paper pads that have 48 sheets in it. So again, this is Spring Posies. So what was fun about this one is the lady it's going to, her daughter got married, and they told me that her color was Delft blue, D-E-L-F blue. And so when I would go be looking for paper pads, I'd shoot a photo of it, send it to her, and she's like, nope, 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 that's not the right color. And so I was confused because I thought I was right on. So then she told me it was Tiffany's Delft, which is really this turquoise color. And so when I found this paper pad, I'm like, oh my gosh, let's see if this is it. And lo and behold, it was. So there we go. And we ended up getting this and getting this one done. So this young lady got married this summer. So this one's only a few months behind. The other one was about 1.5 years behind, not quite 1.5 years. But I had to hold on to it so I could make this one. I like to kind of see what I did with my other ones, and I didn't have time to video it until both together. So here we go with this. Again, as I go, the first thing I do is I go look for what am I going to use in the front and back. And I pull those sheets out if I'm going to use it from the paper pad, because it's really important that you have that, because if you go through all your paper and then you wait till the end and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't have anything for the front and back, and you're like, dang it. So I try to look for something that's really cool. This one needed very little decoration, and that's the cool thing about Kathy Orta's now when she's using SVGs. Your paper, you don't have to have a lot of embellishments in there because the SVG files and things like that kind of help make that. So I just added a few little flowers down here, and I believe I got those at Hobby Lobby. It says Make Today Beautiful. Again, I wrap my album. I have a YouTube video on how I wrap my album. I think Kathy Orta does. There's quite a few people that talked about it. But the cool thing about wrapping your album with cardstock is that you can use any color of chipboard that you want. So if somebody has a sale of white chipboard because nobody's making white albums or using white chipboard, you can sure buy that and use it because you're going to wrap it and nobody would know what color it was underneath. The other thing I don't often do anymore is wrap over my spine. You sure can. Kathy has a video that talks about how she does it, and she does a great job on it. Recently, because I've been wrapping my thing, I don't normally do that. But what I did see on a video recently, and I just did it with this one, is that they actually took their spine and it's pieced. And so I thought, oh, that's really cool. So there's 3 pieces on here instead of 1 big piece of paper. Isn't that cool? And then the back is just, and it says Fine Beauty and everything. So this is such a cool album. Again, it consists of 6 pages. This is really heavy, sorry. It's making my camera bounce. And so we're going to go through these one by one. Again, I start with page 5, as I mentioned in my other tutorial, or excuse me, video, and I'll tell you why when I get there. So let's just go ahead and open this one up. So on this one, again, the front and back cover are just your big pockets. And on this, I didn't do a whole lot of photo albums because this is already thick and heavy, and they're going to add photos and it's going to get heavier. Look at this. Isn't this cool how I matched that up, you guys? I love her stuff. Okay, so here is page 1, and I say they're page 1 on steroids because they are just phenomenal. So lots of pockets, lots of places to put photos. So here we go. Look at that. This is a wedding cake. Can you see that? Cut on the Cricut. And this opens up. This is a double pocket. Here's another photo mat that's in there. This is a pocket right here as well. Now the other one I made a diamond ring. This one I just made the turquoisey color of what she was calling her Delft. Here are 2 more pockets. This is bride and groom on it. And then it opens, oops, this one I have open this way. And here's our just married, and here's our other rose. So this thing is cool because you can lay it like this, or you can have it like this. Okay? Again, these are all pockets in here, and again on this I put those pearls right on there on that heart border. This opens up, and here's our leaves on both sides. And then this paper right here, it's cool because I just split that paper right down there, and it says have a good time. And then here is that same thing on the other album. Remember, I had kind of cut down on it, and this one I loved how this paper went, so this is how I did this one. And again, we just have some photo mats that go in that. In the travel one, this is a ticket, so it's really kind of cool. Or luggage, I guess it's a piece of luggage. Look at that. And I actually even matched that up, if you can see that. I'm going to show you because I was very proud of that. Look at that. I matched that up. That's really cool. Okay. This is just another photo spread. This is one of the reasons I like to photo my albums. Like if I ever go remake this or I make any other signature album, it kind of helps me figure out like what was my photo layouts. And there's no right or wrong, but I always like to give the people options to put them where I tell them to put them in pockets, and then cover up the pretty paper. Look at this envelope. This is so cool. Again, this is an envelope here. Maybe if I can get it going. Sorry, my hand's there anyway. Look at that. And then the back of that. So this is moving on to page 2. Those beautiful butterflies showing that color that she is in their wedding. This opens up. This again is a pocket. Look at this beautiful spread for their photos. This is a pocket right here. This opens up. Again, this opens then. This is Mr. and Mrs. and that Delft blue's underneath it. And I thought that was a pocket, but it's not a pocket. This, then they can just put their photos in there. It kind of holds them in place. I don't want to give them my, this is a photo I've been using. It's actually from years ago when my family went to SeaWorld. Here's another pocket. And behind this heart, it's acetate, but I actually put that color on there so nothing, you can't see through it. Photo mat. Again, have a good time. Look at this layout. Isn't that cool? So cool. Again, right here, I'm not going to untie this because really it's kind of for looks, but I make this page a little bit differently than what they have. I make it so you can pull this out and you put your photos on there and then you just push that right back in there. And here's a great photo layout right here. We are now onto page 3. Look at this. This is just stunning. My gosh, I had so much fun doing that. These are pockets right here. This is a pocket right here. This opens up. Look at this. This paper was just phenomenal. This is another pocket. You really have to work with your paper and kind of figure out how you can use some of these pages that you might think, oh my gosh, I don't really have the opportunity to use them, but you can really work on them. Another little space. Here is another photo mat and a pocket right here. Here's our bride and groom. And this opens up like that. And again, I put a little place for a photo here, and they can just, put your photos down in there to store them. Some more photo mat locations. We're going to move on to page 4. Again, this is a pocket here and a pocket here. Another pocket. All these open spaces you see have acetate behind them. Here's a journaling spot. I need to glue that down there. Here's a journaling spot. Another pocket. Pockets behind there. This is a pocket. This is a pocket. Places for photo mats. Here is a pocket with a little photo mat in there that I put in there. And then some places you can just put some photos on there. Look at this. Isn't this cute right here? There was a lot of little cards in there, so I just put that in there. I love this spread. Look at that. Isn't that great? Again, this is a pocket right here. This is a pocket, and there's a photo mat in there. Cool. Now we're going to come to page 5, and again, page 5 is the one that I start with because of the layout. So here's my first 2 pockets. Isn't that great? Look at that. And sometimes I build my photo placements around some of the elements in the paper, which is, again, this is one of those cards. One there, and here's another one right there. This is a pocket right here. Now, when you open up this is where it's going to spread all the way out. So they're mirror images. So here is a pocket. Pocket is on this side right here as well. And then I'm going to open my first part. See how that goes all the way out? How they match on both sides. That's why I buy 2 paper pads. I need to make sure that I have this, and I want to make sure that I have this paper for later on as well. So these are pockets right here. This is Make Today Beautiful, and then it opens up once again. Isn't that great? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. These come out, photo mats, and then these open up, and look at that spread. Again, I try to find a piece of paper here that I can split in half and use. Super phenomenal. I left this silhouette black. I really thought that was beautiful in here. And then here is my matchbook. And this one I do have tacked down a little bit. So that comes out. Look at that. Hello, darling. And again, here's where you have just your little tabs. You can put your photos behind. Then we come to our last page, which goes like this. Again, this is a pocket right here. This opens up. Photo mats. This is one of my favorite pockets here. Photo mat for that. They can journal in there if they want. See, again, right here is where I use some of the cards that they had in there, so you can really just maneuver your paper. Again, this is a pocket right here. We have a pocket here, pocket here. Those open up to that. Beautiful place right here. There's a pocket here. And there are places for photos there. And again, I did that same thing. Look at this. I love, see this little piece right here? That was on a fat paper that was just a strip on it. So I did that. Again, remember on that other one, here's my things that I made. I'm a little worried because these are kind of loosey-goosey right here. Should have used heavy paper, but I did not. So hopefully that will stay. If not, I'll have to remake them for those guys. And then this is the last addition to it. Again, I put, these are pockets right here that I just added those little photo mats. And again, here's where I took, again, those, like, what are you going to do with these? And so I cut them out and did that, and then just added paper to the side, which was so great. Look at how this all goes. Can you see that? That was great. Hello, darling, make today beautiful. So again, these were the pieces that I used and maneuvered in there. Little photo mat, and then the back with just a big photo mat. Again, look at the paper, how I lined that up. Isn't that great? You will notice, I honestly don't know if Kathy does this, but I put strips of paper in between. It's really hard to see, but I put strips of paper in between my binding system there. Okay, so there we go. That is both of my wedding albums that you can see and look at. They're going out to the recipients tomorrow. I hope they enjoy them. Thanks.